Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi students, how everyone's doing? Hopefully you are all doing great, right? And welcome back to the English lesson with me again, Miss Lali from SMA Brawijaya Smart School. In this time, I'm going to explain a little bit about introducing oneself and other people. So, before we go learning about those all, I wish you kindly like this video, subscribe my YouTube channel, and press the bell icon for my latest video update. Well, students, let's go to the lesson. Well, students, welcome to Unit 1. It entitled Self-Introduction. Before we study further about the material, let me show you the basic competence and learning objective that we have to achieve in this chapter. Well, the basic competence of today's lesson is applying social function, text structures, and linguistic elements to oral and written transactional interaction texts that involve the act of giving and asking for information related to identity and family relationships in accordance with the context of their use. Pay attention to the linguistic elements, subjective, objective, and possessive pronouns. Well, and the learning objective that we are supposed to achieve are, the first one is that the students are able to determine the text structure of written transactional interaction text that involves the act of asking for personal information related to identity and family relationships in accordance with the context of their use. And then the second one is that the students are able to apply the use of subjective, objective, and possessive pronouns in the written transactional interaction text that involve the act of asking for personal information related to identity and family relationships. Well, so what are on this chapter? In this chapter, we will learn about any kind of information to share to someone else, how to ask for personal information to other people, and how to respond or mention or give personal information, and the last is about the use of subjective, objective, and possessive pronouns. Before I start explaining you about those all, I want to ask you first, what is actually personal information? Anyone knows? Well, personal information is any piece of information that relates to a living, identifiable human being, such as people's name, date of birth, contact details, someone's goals, hobbies, and etc. The definition of personal information is very broad and it captures a large amount of information. So, what are the examples of personal information that we can share to other people? Okay, here are the examples. First is our name. Then it could be about age, date or place of birth. Then next, our address, where we currently live, origin, where we come from, our phone number, occupation, what we are and what we do to earn money, and the last might be our hobbies. Then, how to express in asking for personal information to someone else. You can use of this expression or sentences to ask for personal information. Okay, number one. When you want to know about someone's name, you may say, what is your name? What should I call you? Or what can I call you? Okay. And when you want to know about someone's age, about the age, you may say, how old are you? It's a very common question, isn't it? What about this question? How many is your age? No, it's Indonesian translation, right? You don't have to use that. Okay. When you want to know about someone's date of birth or place of birth, you may say, when were you born? And where were you born? Okay. And when you want to know about someone's address, just say, where do you live? Or what is your address? It's also a very common question. Well, other information needs to ask is about someone's origin or nationality. You can say, where are you from? Where do you come from? Okay. I have ever heard my students say this question. Where are you come from? Where are you come from? Is that correct question? No, it is incorrect. It's grammatically incorrect, right? Okay, next. Phone number. It's about phone number. When you want to know about someone's phone number, you can simply say, what is your phone number? Or, can I have your number? Or, may I have your phone number, please? Okay. The next is about occupation. What is occupation? Occupation is a job or profession. Yeah, it's profesi or pekerjaan in bahasa Indonesia. When you are curious of someone's occupation, don't be shy to ask him or her by saying, what do you do? It means, apa pekerjaanmu? It's not apa yang kamu lakukan. Okay. Other ways to ask about occupation is, what is your job? It's simple and common question, right? Or, what are you? Okay. And the last personal information needs to share is about hobbies. If you are curious about someone's hobbies, you may ask, what is your hobby? Or, what are your hobbies? If you wonder the person you ask has more than one hobby. Okay. And another way to ask about someone's hobby is, what do you like to do? I think that's all for some personal information needs to ask. So what about the way or expression of giving some personal information? I mean, how to respond to the question given about personal information? Yeah, here they are. Responding to the question about a name. What is your name? What is your name? Or, what should I call you? You may respond, my name is Susi Susanti. Or, you should call me Susi Susanti. Remember, when it is written, you have to capitalize the first letter of your name in each word. So, if your name is Susi Susanti, both S in the first letter must be a capital letter. What about this? You should call me Susi Susanti. You can call me Susi Susanti. Is this correct? No, because we find here that the letter S in the second word is not a capital letter. Okay, so it is incorrect. Right then, the question about age. How old are you? How do we respond this? You can say, I'm 15 years old. Or, I'm 15. My old is 15. Wow, is this correct? Of course no. Why is it incorrect? Because it's kind of Indonesian translation. Umurku 15 tahun. Indonesian sentence which translate into English like Indonesian version. Well, next is the question about date of birth or place of birth. When were you born? Where were you born? You should answer, I was born on July 25th, 2001. Or, I was born on 25th of July 2001. Pay attention please about how to write the date, month, and year. The preposition used is on. Yeah. And if you start with the month, It must be exactly followed with the date, and it must be in the form of an ordinal number. Okay, not cardinal number. What is the difference between ordinal and cardinal number? A cardinal number is a number that says how many of something there are, such as 1, 2, 3, and etc. While an ordinal number is a number that tells the position of something in a list, such as first, second, 25th, okay, 18th. Yeah. Do you see letter T and H here? Do you see letter T and H here? Yeah. These two letters indicate that it is an ordinal number. This number is pronounced 25th. Okay. What about if we start with the date? It should be followed by preposition of. Yeah, something like this. And remember, every time you write the year after date and month, it must be separated by comma. Okay. When you are asked about the place of birth, okay, what about this one? I was born on 25 July 2001. It's also incorrect because it's like an Indonesian translation version. Yeah? Okay. When you are asked about the place of birth, where were you born? The answer should be, I was born in Malang, for example. Why do we use preposition in? Because it is asked about the place. So, you have to use preposition in. Okay, next question is about address. How do we respond to this question? Where do you live? In this type of question, we also use several of preposition. We can use on, in, or at. It depends on what word followed by this preposition. We can say, I live on Jalan Sumbersari. We use on before name of street. I live in Malang. We use in before a name of a city or a country. And we can also say, I live at number 32 Karangpecuki. We use at because it is followed by a number. Okay, this kind of number, 32. Well, next question is about origin. When you are asked, where are you from? Or where do you come from? You may respond with I'm from Malang or I come from Malang. Can we say I'm come from Malang? No, you can say that because it is grammatically incorrect. Okay. Well, other personal information question is about phone number. When someone asks you about your phone number, for example, what is your phone number? Okay, you may say my phone number is 082 blah 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 blah. Or when someone asks you, can I have your number please? You may answer, yes you can, it is blah 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 blah. Remember, you have to answer in a polite way. Next, it is about occupation. When you are asked about your job, occupation, profession, you can simply say, okay, I'm currently working at a restaurant, for example, or I work at a restaurant, at school, and etc. Or you can just say, I'm a shopkeeper, I'm a teacher, I'm a doctor, and etc. Okay, and the last is about hobby. If someone asks you about your hobbies, you can simply answer, my hobby is shopping. Yeah, my hobby is shopping. My hobbies are shopping, reading, and traveling. If you have more than one, of course. If you have more than one hobby, of course. And you might also say, I like or I love to go shopping. I like or love to draw. Okay, I like or love drawing. Yeah. Well, that's all explanation about personal information. Okay. Something else which is also important in asking for and giving personal information is the use of pronouns. The pronouns here include subjective pronouns, objective pronouns, and possessive pronoun. These are used to replace nouns in sentences. Subjective pronoun acts as the subject of the sentence. It performs the action of the verb. The subjective pronouns are I, you, they, we, he, she, it. Okay? And an objective pronoun acts as the object of a sentence. It receives the action of the verb. The objective pronoun are me, you, them, us, him, her, it. A possessive pronoun tells you who owns something. The possessive pronouns are mine, yours, theirs, ours, his, hers. What about mine, your, their, our, his, her, its? Okay, let me explain you about that. Yeah. My, your, their, our, his, her, its is kind of possessive adjective. So, what is the difference between possessive pronoun and possessive adjective? Possessive adjective, like other adjectives, are used to describe a noun in a sentence. Most importantly, they describe who something belongs to. Simple so far, right? Some common ones that you will see include my, your, his, her, and our. When using them, they should always go before the noun. But possessive pronouns can look very similar at first glance to adjective, but they have different meaning and are used in different way. While they also show ownership, they can be used in place of a noun to avoid repeating it in a sentence. Some common possessive pronouns that you might come across include mine, yours, theirs, ours, his, hers. Okay, as you can see, these look almost the same as the possessive adjective with only an extra letter at the end. So, how are they used indifferently? Possessive pronouns are used after the noun, unlike adjective, and they can be used before the noun at all. So now, to understand more about the use of pronoun, let's practice to determine any pronouns we find in the following sentence. Rani is reading a book. She is holding her book. No one is accompanying her. She likes to drink orange juice. A glass of orange juice on the table is hers. Okay, so let's find here which word is pronoun. Okay, well, good. The first is she. She. Does she belong to subjective pronoun, objective pronoun, or possessive pronoun? Well, she belongs to subjective pronouns, okay, because it acts as a subject of the sentence. Next, can you find another pronoun? Good. It is her. Okay. Her. What does her belong to? Very nice. It is possessive adjective. Next. Okay, very good. Another her, but it is an objective pronoun because it acts as an object of the sentence. Can you find another pronoun? Nice. It is she. Okay, she. Does she belong to subjective pronouns? Very good. Yes, it belongs to subjective pronouns. Can you find another? Nice. The last one is hers. What does hers belong to? Very good. It is possessive pronouns. Nice. After you learn about how to give personal information and the use of pronouns, hopefully you can be able to introduce yourself with your own and simple way. For example, like this one. This is my self-introduction. It is very simple, isn't it? You can see that in my introduction, I inform about my name, my nickname, my address, my hobby, my favorite colors, my favorite food, and etc. Can we add other personal information in our introduction? Yes, of course. You can also add information about your phone number, your email, or might be about your job. Okay? You can use many different expressions in introducing yourself and other people. Here are the example of expression to introduce oneself and the responses. Okay. What about the expression of introducing other people? Don't worry. There are so many ways to introduce other people. Here they are. Okay. Nice. Finally, we come to the end. I wish you can take the advantage and benefit in learning this topic. See you guys soon in another lesson and another occasion. Don't forget to practice and learn English more and more. Thank you for watching and bye-bye.